Okay. What I'm saying is that I'm not trying to diss anybody in the army, but if the country is corrupt and not helping anybody and it's not doing right, why would you join it? Because now you're joining what is like not doing anything. You're joining like the enemy. Do you think Martin Luther King Jr., when he was fighting for black rights, do you think he would join them? No, he's fighting, against to get it. You don't join them because then you're just a part of them now of not getting anything done. That's what these people don't understand. So they got so mad at me, like that how dare you diss the military? We fight for you. It's like, no, you don't, because you're fighting for a corrupt country that's not doing anything for anyone, and you don't realize that they're just using you. And I don't mean that just to hurt anyone, but that's just that's just what it is. It's what I'm trying to say, and people are totally putting words in my mouth and misinterpreting what I'm saying. So I said all that, and then she changed her. She's like, "Oh, well, what are you doing sitting on your ass online complaining? Go out and do something about it." It's like, "Oh, well, now you want me to do something about it?" When before you were telling me how horrible I am, and then she blocked me. Okay, you block me as if I'm. Why do people keep treating me like I'm a monster when I seriously care more than I don't see anybody giving a shit about anything. You know what I mean. And then she blocks me like, whoa, ooh, you're the one who I am me and decided to fucking bitch at me and tell me what's up, and then block me before I could even. Okay. So, yeah. So then she tells me to get off my ass, and it's like, well, I figured I was going to start with the page to get everybody in my area aware on Facebook, and video is good because you can get it all over the world because it's the World Wide Web, so I figured this couldn't hurt to start. Not that I wasn't going to go beyond this, but couldn't say that to her because she blocked me instantly because, well, she obviously knew I was going to, outwit her. So she had to block me before I can get the last word. It's always about the last word with people. I don't know what it is, like an ego thing. So anyway, so that's what happened to me. And so it really bothered me, wow, am I really becoming the villain in all this when I really just care and I'm trying to get people aware that, you're getting fucked over. Everybody isn't. You don't care unless it's your problem. But you need to care because it's going to be somebody a family member, or you sometime. What if they see right now it's men with long hair or other people getting discriminated. And then it's like, well, I don't care because I don't look like that, so it's not my problem, or I don't care. I could easily just sell out. I'll shave my beard for that promotion. I'll sell out because I don't care. Because you don't care. But what happens when they take away something you care about? All of a sudden you're going to be bitching, and then all of a sudden you'll want to bitch all day, but you're telling me no, you don't care when I do it though. That's the problem with people. They don't seem to care until it happens to them. But I'm seriously caring about all people, whether you're African, whether you're whatever, homosexual, this, that, transgender, and so. That's why I'm launching this campaign. I figured this was the perfect time to make my return. Because my dream was always to be an actor, or actress, whatever, and everything, and I was just on my way, but then I ran into gender issues and I wanted to get my personal issues right and everything, so I kind of put my personal goals on hold, and I kind of went into a depression, and I wanted to go through my gender change and all that stuff, and I kind of put all that on the side, and then for a long time I was afraid to even go back into acting and stuff like that, because with the theater scene, they do the same plays over and over again that are based off movies, and it's like none of the parts would fit for me. I'm not a man anymore, so how do I play the man parts? And then a lot of times the women are the minor role because how movies, or whatever, or I couldn't be a woman because I have this voice. So it's like now I kind of alienated myself from parts almost. Now I'm damaged goods, I'm a freak. I'm the chick with the beard, or the chick with the boobless girl with the deep voice, or whatever the hell at the time. And so I was thinking, like, nobody ever thinks about that. And I'm thinking, like, well, how am I even going to... So I'm thinking, well, I'd have to write my own stuff. So, I've been writing a novel for 5 years now, in and out. And just different things to... And I wanted to do more important things like this campaign and get all this stuff out there. And that's what the book is about. And stuff like that. I didn't want to just do some theater play where it's somebody else's work and it's not even my play anyway. And it's like, and I don't know. I wanted to read this about me. So, because so many people, like, who know me, they know me for being silly or this and that, or kind of always just being this front of being silly and goofy, and they don't really, or like a cartoon character, and I don't really express like real. And then there's other people who see this intense, passionate person, you know what I mean? And then they take me the wrong way, like, oh, hating on the military, that how dare, you know what I mean? It's like it's always something like it. But I just wanted to show that, like, no, I care so much, and I really, you know what I mean? I don't want anyone to ever paint me as a monster, and so many people, they do that. I don't know why it's like you can't win. And so I wrote, well, like, I have these notes, like, I wrote, I wrote this, because I was reflecting on everything over the last few years since I've been out of high school, and how I'm getting everything done with my personal, and now things are getting all straightened out, and I wrote this. I said, I always lived with a mask on to people. A lot of people wear masks to hide from attention. I wore mine for attention. An extreme fear of being unloved or a nobody made me live as like a mascot, so to say, like a cartoon character brought to life, where like Mickey Mouse. And if you saw Mickey Mouse at Disneyland, the mascot, you would have no fear in running right up to him and giving him a hug. Like the mascots where they're there and it's Mickey Mouse and you feel so comfortable around them. Like you've known them for years. You know what I mean? And there's no thought of, that's a stranger, don't go near that, don't go near, because it's Mickey. You know what I mean? Even though it is a mascot of a man, that's Mickey, and you just, and you don't even feel uncomfortable. Like, kids go right up to him. And they don't, and that's what I always wanted. That's ever since I was in high school. Even before that, I just had this thing about me, this fear of being unloved and a nobody, like some void to fill. So I'd always just try to make people laugh and make an ass of them. Anything to make someone's day, anything, but at the same time for like this attention, to fill this need of being somebody, like a star. So it's like, and so that's what I did, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to be this comfortable old shoe, but a fun one. Like this, like I said, the metaphor of a mascot, to like, where even if you met me 5 seconds ago, you feel like, well, you feel like you know me personally, like you know me for years. Just like the mascot, you go right up to it. That's how I want people to feel me, like that. I'm just real to you. Oh, I have nothing to hide. That's what I've always wanted with people. And so, and because I have that want and need for attention about me, it tends to be used against me like weaponry for people who want to take me down. Because either they're jealous because I'm not shy and I speak my mind, and they hate it, and because they're not happy with their life or who they are. I've run into so many things. I feel like that's why people have tried to like rip me down and keep me down. I really, and that's what put me into such a depression. And so it tends to get used against me. I mean, it makes like a fine line of what's attention and what's for attention and phony. Like, oh, you're just doing it for attention, or what's really me, like the sincere, real me. And that's wrong. It's not fair, because no matter what I ever did, no matter how like silly I acted, it was and I made an ass out of myself or joked around, yeah, it was for attention on me or whatever. But it was also sincere. Like, I really care about people. I really wanted to make their day better and this and that. And that's why I don't like how things get twisted about somebody. It's like celebrities. You know, I feel like I've been put in that category for years because of how I put myself out there, and I'm not shy. It's like I get treated like a celebrity. You know how people think they know celebrities and they read and they see them on TV and they're like, oh, look at that asshole, look at what they did, when they don't even really know them personally. They don't even know the whole story, but because of the media twist things or you hear things like, oh, did you hear he's an asshole or this and that. I feel like that happens to me where like I'm either this cartoon character where I've alienated myself from anybody really getting to know me because I always act silly, or I'm some celebrity. It's like celebrity syndrome where are now like there's all these things said about me where I'm phony, I'm not real. You know what I mean? This and that because I like I'm always acting, and so I don't know. That bothers me. And so I'm writing a novel for a while now. And the goal is for it to be that. Like, for me to, it's almost like I'm a personal friend. It's like a personal friend on the go. Like, I narrate it as I take you through the fictional life. Like, it's fiction, like it's not, but it also has real in it. That is really me, even though it's a fictional story as if it happened to me. But it is real. That's the funny thing. It's like, because everything I say in the narration, even though maybe not everything really happened because it's fiction, I mean it. Like, I really mean it. And so it's like you go on this journey with me, and I'm just talking to you like we're literally like sitting right next to each other, like we're best friends or over a drink. Like that's how close, that's how real I want it to be. Like I want everyone to feel like, wow, like I know this person, like I'm just talking to this person. You know? And, and I want it to be like therapy to help people, you know what I mean? Like a guide to help people of all ages, not just teenagers, but this and that, to show people's worth and to talk about all real issues, because movies nowadays, it's very like special effects and high climax scenes of like explosion stuff, and they don't really. And it's like very like condensed. Movies seem like condensed, like half of like what a real movie was like 20 years ago. Like they don't even really. It's like, and they don't really go into any movies. They don't go into any real things that happen, like the boring things, or the things that people they'd think like, oh, if we put this in a movie, it'd be boring. It's like I want to cover all the real things that happens in life. It's not boring. It's the real conversations. It's the real little things, you know, that makes it different. So I'm doing that in this campaign, and that's why I'm talking to you personally, because I want you to know me, and because I don't know. I just hate how the internet, when it's just words and say you don't know the person, it could be misconstrued because, and then you could take things wrong, like what was happening. I don't want anyone to think that, like, I don't want to ever be painted as some kind of monster. You know, that really bothered me. That really, like, I have such an issue with having to be liked. That doesn't make somebody a bad person. It's just like, it's not an ego like you're an asshole. It's just like I admit that. You know, like I have this thing about me where I can't stand it if someone doesn't like me, because I try so hard to, you know what I mean, to really try and be real. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm passionate and yeah, I'm blunt, but it's all things that are sincere, for rights, and so it's not anything to ever intentionally hurt anyone. And that's why I can't stand when someone takes me the wrong way or twists something or hates me. It drives me nuts, and that's why I wanted to do this so much for the campaign, to explain to people that I did get fucked over, and so many people are, and this is important. It's not just some small issue. That'd be like saying, oh, because somebody dies every day, that their life didn't matter. It does matter, even if somebody think, oh, it's just Turkey Hill, it's just this. It's like, no, it's It's all over and it's everybody. It's just not. It's just hidden and slipped under a rug and no one's talking about it. All these people are getting. Nobody should. These businesses and franchises should not have the right to do this to people. Okay, because let me read this. Okay. The government regulates people for a reason, because it would be chaos. They didn't force a lot of owners into having African. If they didn't force a lot of owners into having Africans, they wouldn't, or women. They had to in like company, over the years and sports, and so that covers sex in a sex organ. But what about everything else? I mean, say you have a tattoo, and they don't like it, so no, you have to cover it, which is that actually is a hit on your freedom. That's what that is. Because say the tattoo represents a part of you. Say it's like a story, like normally when people have tattoos, it has some story behind it. How could that ever be something bad or ugly? And why would you? That's a part of somebody then. Just like, okay, skin is what makes somebody something by race. But what about what makes your character or who you are? A tattoo does. Like a tattoo could mean like a story, or it has some kind of message of their life or what they went through. So that is a part of the person. So how could you just say, no, I own you, fuck you, you have to get rid of it because I don't like it? That's not freedom. And people are just letting that go like, oh, that's okay. They have the right to do it. No, they don't. Just because they pay you to do the job, how they don't pay you to own you. That's where this country is so twisted and wrong. They think everybody is just not even paying attention to this. Like, oh no, that's just normal. So I said it represents a part of you. Or if you feel the right to have long hair or a beard, because that makes you you. That's you. Also, a loophole, not just besides of having just the right to in general, hair is also a follicle, just like skin. So, you know how there's the skin thing? Hair is a natural follicle, too. Just saying. That nobody ever brought up. That I could, But anyway, it's what makes you you. It's your identity. It's what separates you from somebody else. Say you have long hair and a beard, and then your friend has a buzz cut and he's clean shaven. That's his style and that's what he likes. Well, that's what makes him him. If we all looked exactly the same, well then guess what? We're a cookie sheet clone. We hate Hitler. We talk about the Holocaust. We talk about how much we hate Hitler because of all the horrible things he did, murdering all these innocent people, right? And how he tried to make everybody into one clone, right? Well, we're doing the same thing. Because this country is based off all the murder of all the natives here, and then we just have this land pretending it never happened. We're living on land we stole, and all these people were murdered, and there's more natives murdered on this land, North America, than in the Holocaust. But yet, no, it's okay. We just say, oh, we didn't do it, even though we're just as guilty because we're living on it and we represent them. We're not. It's not like we're. It's like if you're holding stolen property. You're still involved. It's like if you're in a gang. It's like if you're in the Bloods, the gang, and you don't do a murder, but you're with them, and you're in the gang. You represent them. So even though our ancestors are the ones who killed all the natives, guess what? We're the one living on this. We're on the land. We're not giving it back. That'd be like you stole something. It's like you steal something. And then you wait 100 years, and it's like, oh, now it's mine. It's like, no matter how much time goes, you still stole it. Why do people think because 200 years goes by or this and that, like all of a sudden, oh, it never happened. We just sweep it under the rug. It's like, no. We're on stolen land, and it's the same thing as that. So we're guilty of everything Hitler did, but yet, oh, we're good. Nobody wants to take on any of these topics. Nobody. And I'm an asshole for bringing it up. The truth. So that's pretty much what's happening is that we're killing diversity like Hitler, but yet we're supposed to be anti-Hitler. So, okay, I'm going to say that. So it's like you can't have your own style because you're owned and you are what your boss tells you. It's like he could mold you into his image. It's almost like owners of businesses are God because they can play God and mold you how they want. And how is that the American dream? You know? But okay. So, they dress you up. It's almost like they dress you up in their closet. It's their clothes, their image. Everything has to be them. And most people just sell out because they want the raise or this. It's like, whatever. It's like, well, people don't realize, hey, guess what? You're selling out a part of who you are. And you're letting them get away with all this. And, I mean, hey, whatever if you want to. But for all the people who, have a backbone or have a personality, they're getting fucked over like me. Because I'm not going to change who I am for some shit job where I'm going to be a piece of shit. And be even belittled. And that Turkey Hill, he brought me to tears and he didn't even know me just because she gave him the wrong idea about me. And he belittled me to tears and said that, no, it's what he says. And it's his opinion. And he's law. And there's your example right there. They own your ass. And I don't know how they get to do that. So, that girl said, oh, I got nothing to bitch about. We got nothing to bitch about. Nothing to worry about. So that's what it is. And, so yeah. And, I just want to show one last thing. This is just... These are just two of the trophies that I got in high school for the awards, which is given to you. It's like the Academy Awards, but for your high school and your teachers. That because they do the vote, and it's like the Academy Awards where they believe in you, and they vote that you deserve this and that you're it, and I was class clown, showing how much they appreciated it every day. That I went in there every day, and yeah, I didn't treat much of my schoolwork. I went in there every day thinking, how could I make someone's day? How am I gonna make someone, make someone laugh, and they appreciated that, and I was class clown because they recognized and they appreciated that, and they were the best audience. I mean, say I did go on to be a famous actor, actress, whatever you want to, they'd still be the best audience that you could ever have there. And I got most unique style because they appreciated that I stood for individuality and for everyone to be who they are, and that I was always just me, guy, girl, whatever the hell I am or whatever, And they appreciated everything about me, and they showed that. And so these meant everything to show that they do understand me, and so I feel like I was just scared that that's being forgotten. Like now I'm getting painted all of a sudden as some pig-headed monster. That's not true. I'm saying things for people's rights because I give a shit, and so I just thought about these, and I just didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose that. I don't want people to have the wrong idea about me because they know. Everybody who knows me, it's right here. They know. And they know me. So that's that.